Hi, today we are in Munich with Payback, and next to me is sitting Bernard. Bernard, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Bernie, CEO of Payback for Europe. So Europe is, in our terms, it's Italy, it's Poland, and it's Germany, where all begins. And hopefully next year there are some more countries coming up.
Ah, okay. What did you do before you started this company?
I don't remember. So I'm within this company since 14 years, and before I was responsible for the key account management for the Media Saturn holding within the Philips company.
Ah, okay.
So I did basically the sales.
And what triggered you to become an entrepreneur?
I knew Alexander Rittweger, who had the idea to found Payback. He used to be part of Roland Berger, and he consulted the Miles and More program within the Lufthansa, and he thought about having a program similar to Miles and More, but on a much broader base, on a day-to-day base for the day-to-day shopping behavior of the customers. And I met him a couple of times at the airports, and he told me about the idea, and I thought by myself, this is cool, this is a great new idea, and I should join this. I'm young, and so let's do something else.
Okay. Let's talk about the business model of Payback. Can you briefly describe how the business model is currently working and how it may be changed over time?
Yeah, currently, so we are seeing ourselves not as a loyalty company, we are seeing ourselves as a multi-channel marketing platform, and that's basically the answer how it changed over time. So when we started, we looked after having a loyalty program, as I said, for on a day-to-day base, joining a lot of partners which are relevant for the customers, for example the food retail, for example gas stations, and additional some other retail chains where customers are used to buy something. And we thought by ourselves to have the next wave of the good old owned Emma card, let's say that way. So to collect the data of the customers, to have value for the customers in it, and to provide them with additional benefits. So we started as a purely loyalty program, but now we developed over time on an offline base to a marketing platform, and today we see ourselves as a multi-channel marketing platform by bringing in all the digital channels.
And what triggered this? I wouldn't call it a pivot, but the change in the business model.
I don't think it's a change in a business model, it's an evolution. And it's a clear evolution, because only having the data and only providing the value for the customers at the point of sales is not enough. So you have to communicate with the customers. You have to tell them what's in it for them. And what customers are expecting today is that they are receiving all the time a lot of different ads from all the digital channels, from the TV stations, from the radio, from wherever. So there's a mass of communication targeting all the customers. And what customers are expecting from us is we know about what they are doing, and we should use the knowledge to give them offers or coupons which are relevant for them and which are personalized. So on an individual base, they are expecting from me or from Payback that what they are receiving is relevant and is personalized. And so this is the logical evolution of knowing the customers is serving the customer better. And so we went into the serving of the customers, as I said, starting on an offline base with our account statements, and now having a multi-channel platform in place where you have the coupons wherever the customer is.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more how you managed this transition from a pure offline player to a multi-platform player, and especially how the current offline platform is working?
So there is no offline platform anymore. So we are a multi-channel platform. Okay. That's the important thing. So our belief is there is no digital customer, but there are customers who are going into point of sales, who are used to have a mobile with them, who likes to communicate on Facebook, who likes to Twitter, who likes to go on their websites or which websites ever. And our strong belief is not to educate customers to do what you want to do them. Our strong belief is to be there where the customer is. And so there was no change. Yeah. If you have a DNA as a company to look after the customer, you have to integrate what's coming next. And the big change, if you like to have the word, the big change is to really invest in the new technologies and really try to bring in everything you need to be there where the customers is and to integrate all the new channels. And this was our, let's say, in terms of change, this was our major achievement, really to bring the couponing from the offline account statements into this multi-channel marketing platform and having the coupon ready wherever he is and the same coupon. So he has the same coupon offline, then he has online, then he has on the mobile, then he has on the Facebook or Twitter or whatsoever, and again on the terminals, which is the, let's say, interlink between the point of sales and the digital world. And to build this up needs a lot of effort, needs a lot of conviction, looking at, let's say, more traditional partners or sponsors which we are having in our system. So to convince them that digital is not only a word, that they really have to fulfill it if they look at the customer, and to find the right systems to have this in place. And so we are quite proud because the multi-channel marketing platform we are having in place is unique in the world. And this was a transition, and to be honest, it was costly.
Okay. And when you started this company, what have been the major drawbacks or problems that you accomplished?
So we were 32 when we started the company, and to go to the metro or to the big retail partners and saying, hey, listen, so we have the next wave of Aunt Emma, and that there will be a huge thing which is called Payback, and we will collect big data, and we will have the multi-channel loyalty scheme, which is unique in the world, because until 2000 there was an online field which was called Webmiles, and then we started it on an offline base. So I don't think that there was a multi-channel loyalty scheme, a big one in place all over the world. And to convince those guys wasn't too easy, because we came to the big retail guys, and they said, yeah, I don't know. And they asked us, who will attend? Who's part of the community of the club? And and then we said, yeah, we are planning. So the first answer was, call us if you're out of the planning stage and if you have a portfolio ready. So it's a chicken and egg discussion. And so we had convinced Dr. Körber from the Metro. He was one of our first big supporters and believers. So thank you again, Dr. Körber. And he said, okay, I will join with Real, a food retailer, and I will join with Kaufhof, a department store. And we had DEA, which was during that days one of the big fuel chains or gas stations. And DEA had the contract that they had the chance to pull out if the Metro is not part of the scheme. And again, we were in very good discussions with the Telekom, and the Metro had a contract that they had the right to pull out if Telekom doesn't join. So there was a card house. And to answer your question, which was one of our major challenges, at one point in time, the Telekom said, which is now one of our beloved partners, but 14 years before, they said, yeah, we would join, but it has to be Magenta and it has to be T-Payback. And so we thought by ourselves, and we were young, we were 25 people, very ambitious, but we planned to start 4 months later, and the Telekom said, so that's the only chance that that we would sign the contract. And then we said and we thought by ourselves, no, it's important to be independent because only if you're independent you can bring a lot of big guys together and being, let's say, the moderator of the platform. And then Telekom said, okay, we will pull out. And then we had to go back to Metro and tell them, listen guys, please stay with us. We will make it, and we will put some additional marketing money, and we'll promise we will have over 7 million customers at the end of the year. And so believe in in ourselves. And then again to go to DIA and tell the same story, and to the other partners like Apollo, for example. And fortunately, this was a make or break. And if they would have said okay, in that case no, then we would only have had a good idea. And so again, Metro said okay, I believe in you or in your ideas, and I believe in the, let's say, restructured plan we are having. And they said, okay, let's go on. But this was one of our big disappointments, or let's say challenges before start, and during the last years. So one of our big dips was the loss, to be honest, of Obi with his one of the biggest or the biggest do-it-yourself chain in Germany, and which was a big and important partner for the whole portfolio and for our company. And so this was a challenge as well, and during those days we weren't that big as we are today. So those were, let's say, the two major overcomes we had to manage.
Okay. And in terms of corporate strategy, as you said, you are a multi-channel marketing platform, so this would mean that you are competing with other multi-channel marketing companies, like maybe Google or so. And what do you think?
Is Google a multi-channel marketing platform?
It's a Google channel. So they do retargeting and all this stuff as well. Sure. But what distinguishes Payback from other multi-channel marketing companies, and how do you think you need to continue creating some competitive advantage over them?
Yeah, first of all, so we are not competing against those guys because I think we are kind of unique because, as I said, we have the multi-channel marketing platform, but our big asset is, so we have a multi-partner platform, and we have really cool big sponsors or partners within our scheme, and that's our biggest asset, and nobody has this connectivity to the retail. And I'm a strong believer of the retail. and out of this we have customers which are not only linked to us, they are linked to us and to their beloved retail formats wherever they are shopping. So we have this huge asset that we have customers from all those partners, coming from all those partners and going to the others via our scheme. We know a lot about those customers, and not Google knows that much about the customers because they have no clue about transaction data, let's say in the offline world. And additionally, we know what's going on digital. And we are working on to be even more digital all the time and bringing in all online or digital official partners, so to have a broader knowledge and again to fulfill the customer needs to shop offline and to shop online and to display it via the multi-channel marketing platform. So that's why I think we are in a quite good position, even against those big guys like Google, Facebook, and everybody is thinking about what to do with the data, what to do with the customers, how to advertise, whatever. So we are not competing on a broad base because we are only using the data and the platform for our partners, so and within our portfolio. But we have this strong portfolio, so that's the asset, and we have the whole customer base, which to rebuild is not that easy.
Okay. Okay. And did you think about, maybe you have heard of, I'm pretty sure, of this iBeacon technology? And how would Payback use such kind of technology? Would it be more of, like, say, a make or a buy decision?
The more the technology possibilities are improving, the more you can bring in new ideas in your thinking, in your platform, in your company, in your strategy, however you will call it, than you had the chance before. So if you look at the evolution of our scheme, we haven't had the code until now how to bring in all the local customers or some local partners, and I think that's very important. So if you look at the mobile devices, that's basic, maybe one of your next questions. So what's next? So I think still we have to count on our strengths, which is our big partner portfolio, but we have to enhance it with all the online official partnerships, and we think we have a real value proposition for digital partners or digital companies, because it's not only about new customers bringing in via affiliate, it's really to work with the customers, and I think this wave already started. And it's about having local partners and serving our customers on a digital base, but bringing in all the local shops. As let's say kind of Groupon tried to do it, or to bring in the market. But I think from our perspective, we can create a whole ecosystem, and this is then important. And by doing this, for sure, the local and then the beacon technology for the big sponsors and for the local partnerships are very interesting. And the only thing you have really to consider, if you have 20 shops in a mall, for example, and if you have the technology everywhere, and if everybody is sending out messages on a minute base to the customers who are walking down the mall with the iPhones or whatever phones,
spam.
It's spam, and the customer will turn off this. So you really have to make sure that you are very careful how many messages on which base you are giving to the customers. And by saying this, yes, that's one of our big streams we are thinking about, how to enhance our ecosystem with the local sponsors, with beacon technology, with the push technologies, and all. In the middle of all is for us the mobile phone. So if you talk about digital, you talk about mobile in the future. And second question, make or buy, I don't care. So make or buy is not the question. The question is who has which rights, and who's the master of the data, and who has the right about the customer, let's say, the customer communication, the customer connectivity. And the only thing where we are crystal clear, we and our partners, if I say we, it's all the time our multi-partner portfolio, and we as a fulfiller, and as the manager of the program. So we don't see ourselves independent, so we are a big community with our partners. And if I say this, so we have to have all the data rights, we have to control the data, we have to control what's happening with our customers, who's communicating with our customers, and so if there's a good technology out there to buy, we will buy. Why invent something which is better outside? And if not, we will do it by ourselves.
Okay, great.
So we are investing international-wise this year over 80 million euros in IT and technologies. So we have both possibilities.
Bernie, in terms of market development, what trends do you see currently in the multi-channel marketing sphere?
Basically, what we just discussed. And it's not a trend; it's a fact. It's a fact. Everything will be on the mobile devices, and how they will look like in 2 or 3 years, I don't have a clue. You have to ask Apple or whoever. But so to have the mobility via bigger, smaller, whichever devices, this is the future. And so we don't think about having a card or not a card or stuff like this. This is not interesting for us. Interesting is, again, what the customer is using, and that we fulfill the needs of the customers by which device ever on a simple base. So it has to be simple, it has to be fun, it has to be trustworthy, and it has to be relevant. Those are the four, let's say, key values of our company. And if you fulfill those 4 key values, you can build on everything what happens next. And you have only to make sure that you have the right resources in your company, really to look after the next wave, to execute on what you are planning, and have the money really to build it up. That's important. So from my perspective, the coming together of mobile, of payment, of local business, that's the way we are thinking about the next steps, and I think not only our companies are thinking about this.
Bernie, you as an entrepreneur maybe have some kind of insights that you can give advice to other first-time entrepreneurs. So what are your top 2 or 3 advices to entrepreneurs?
First of all, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Be persistent. So if something happens which you are not planned, don't give up. So I think, as I mentioned, we have a lot of partners, but none of them signed at the first time. So we went out the door, we came back to the back door. And that's I think important. Find the right partners. As I said, not only the right partners to give you money, the right partners who have connections, ideas, good strategy, and help you to grow the business, help you to look after what is important and really to focus on the right things, and be open to the suggestions or to the advices somebody else is giving to you. I think one of the things which is most underestimated, be really hard on the execution. So just a good idea and just a good setup and whatsoever, somebody can copy this in whatever, 3 months time, 6 months time, 12 months, take whichever number. But if it's a cool idea, there are guys outside who are thinking, hey, why shouldn't I copy this? And if they execute better, they will make the race. Yeah. So really look after the execution, and don't make any compromises on quality then.
Okay.
And don't forget to have a private life.
Thank you much, Bernie, and let's have a look at Payback in some years. Thanks.
Bye-bye.